This is competitive analysis. So far, we've done just research, competitive research. We collected information about our competitors, their market segments, their features, strengths, opportunities, everything from their perspectives. And now it's a time to do analysis. So let's see what's this analysis. So here, first video, I'm gonna talk about competitive edge. What would be the competitive edge when we compare ourselves with our competitors? So first, let's get started with this concept of analysis. What's analysis? Analysis is this action of converting a lot of information into smaller, actionable bites. And that this is very important to understand because now we have tons of pieces of information. And what we want to do is to make sure that we process them enough and do our analysis based on our findings, unbiased analysis, and then we would be able to make our decision to move either forward with the idea that we had, or pivot, or change, or just discard the idea and start from scratch. Okay, so that's why this competitive analysis is so important for us. So it's how we do that. Converting information into meaningful intelligence and avoid emotionally fueled judgments. That's what we want to do. So that's based on this book, this book, Competitive Intelligence for Dummies. This book explained this idea of competitive intelligence. What's that? And to summarize, it's a process of legally and ethically gathering, analyzing, and acting on information about an organization, market, environment, competition, and other forces that may impact its future success. So basically, another fancy word for competitive analysis. Yes, when we summarize and compare and basically process the information that we collected already from our competitors. That's why this book suggested these 4 steps: collecting information. That's what we've done so far. Gathering information about our competitors, then doing analysis. I'm going to tell you what to do and how to do that, and then execution, strategy part, like how that could help us in our design strategy, and finally reiterate, like based on the strategy we plan for our next data collection, and then processing again, doing analysis, and so forth. So again, it's kind of repetitive process, and the main reason to do so is that in each iteration we collect much more information. We collect we try to monitor the market and see if a new competitor is coming into the market with a new idea. So that should be done continuously, basically. So good question here would be, is it like this competitive analysis, is it feature comparison? Because that's a thing that I've seen everybody's doing, like they compare that, okay, these are the features that our competitors offered, because that was basically a part of this competitive research that we've done so far. Okay, we collected all those features that our competitors are offering. So but the important thing is that we don't want to make a feature-rich monster application. Okay, and the simple reason is that if we get back to that idea of lean startup, we know that we need to start small. We need to focus on the features that we want to include in our MVP, minimum viable product, and make sure that we evaluate the market, users feedback, and everything related to the like business strategy and all those things before more commitment into product development, doing more research and all those things. Okay, so that's very important. Instead of comparing this, that comparing our features against our competitors' features. We focus on what would be our winning card, what would be our competitive edge, what would be our selling point. Okay, so these are the things that we want to focus on instead of just comparing our features against or versus their features, our competitors' features. Okay, so yeah, that's as Steve Blank said, that's the thing that ultimately sank the ship. And I want to remind you about an example that we had before when we were talking about red ocean and blue ocean. And as I mentioned, we at that time that we had MP3 players. So those MP3 players, like the competition was about this kind of feature competition, like water resistance, better sound quality, like some features like alarm clock, calendar, or some other stuff like size, battery life, tons of other features that were like good when you want to compete in a red ocean and you have your customer base and you have lots of customers, so you have a known brand name and you can benefit from all those things. Yes, it's good, it's not bad if you want to compete with your competitors with some features, like offering some features, but that's only sustaining innovation. We talked about the strategy that could help us to move to a blue ocean, like what Apple did with iPod, when instead of designing a simple MP3 player product, Apple thought about the whole ecosystem, like purchasing music, downloading music, converting music, uploading that music, transferring the file into the player, and interaction and everything that create that ecosystem. Okay, from the website to app and everything, and that was not definitely a kind of feature fight. It wasn't feature war. Yes, it was basically disruptive innovation that helped Apple's iPod to move to a new market segment, a blue ocean. Okay, simply offering as many features as you can doesn't address what features the customers actually want or need to accomplish their primary goal. So that should be the focus. That's why here we need to make sure that, like, in this course, in this plan, we are thinking our product as a kind of startup idea that we want to create a business around. Okay, so that's why we are thinking here. We are thinking about kind of disruptive innovation or kind of disruptive idea that could help us to go to a blue ocean and to make competition irrelevant. So think about your idea, think about your product. What's your competitive edge? What makes you different from your users? We are not offering everything that they offer, and we don't add one feature on top. We don't want to beat our competition with like add one thing on top of them. We want to totally create a new category. So think about that, and let's see if you can recognize something really category changing here, and if yes, that's a good start. Otherwise, we need to think again. We need to think harder, and we need to figure out what would be that competitive edge of our product.